All right, thanks for coming. There's going to be opportunity to win some candy here pretty shortly, so appreciate you being here. So yeah, this is going to be a presentation about street level imagery, specifically for asset management. I got into GIS a little bit the wrong way, I guess, but even still, I growing up would always use like Google Maps and Google Street View to put myself in different places in the world just to see what they looked like. I don't know if anyone can relate to that. But it's always been something that's fascinated me, and had I known that I could have studied maps in college, I think I would have done that, but I didn't. So here I am talking to a group of professionals as a non-professional, so I'm humbled by that opportunity and grateful that you guys are here. Now, all my Google Street View preparation growing up did not make me the expert that this guy is. Does anyone know who this is? Wow. I think that's like the first time that I've had like a resounding yes from the audience, so I'm proud of you guys. I'm in the right place. Yeah, I'm in the right place. So for those of you that don't know, just leave. No, just kidding. For those that don't know, this guy plays a game called GeoGuessr, which is exactly what it sounds like. He looks at an image, just a random street view image, and his ability to pinpoint where that is in the world is actually so insane that a lot of people claim that he cheats. He has a bunch of videos showing how he does it, and I don't think he cheats. I don't know if there's any people that think he does in here. You can also leave now. But we're going to play GeoGuessr really quick. And again, there's some king-size candy bars on the line. So it will go to the first hand up. All right? So this first one's going to be easy. I promise it's not going to be eye roll easy the whole time. Boom, Virginia Tech. Earth. All right. I was a pitcher in high school, so if I wing one of these at you, I'm not liable for any damages. All right, that was an easy one. Let's go round two. Everyone ready? What's that? Nope. This specifically has a near and dear place in my heart. This is the original Krispy Kreme. Magic was made that day when this store opened. All right, round three. Getting a little harder. Wow, didn't make it look hard at all. Ready? I'm coming for you, Ari. So close. I might give it to you if someone doesn't get closer. No. It's not. Ari, I'm going to give that to you. It's pretty close. Venice. I haven't had anyone get that one yet. That's a tough one. All right, if you guys don't get this one. San Diego. I'm going to give it to him. He raised his hand. Since you're close, I'll let you choose. My chocolate, he says. All right. Hope to see y'all there in July. You know what? That's so close. Are you from Florida? My grandparents live there. Wow. That's the first time I've had someone get it on the first try. Okay, ready? Yeah. All right. Last round. Manchester? Sure. I literally searched random street view image for that, so you're welcome. All right, so why did I start with that? So NC Tech got its start about 15 years ago. manufacturing camera technology for Google Street View. So even though you've probably never heard of us, you have most certainly seen our imagery before with the Google Street View program. About 5 years ago, we decided to take a little bit of a strategic shift while still doing a lot of work for Google and actually target specific customer segments to add additional value with our collection technology. Specifically with our Lystar Geo camera system that you see up here. We'll go around with it mounted on a car and collect both the imagery, but also it contains 2 LiDAR sensors, so it's collecting a highly dense point cloud as we're driving as well. So it's kind of taking that innate desire that we all have to put ourselves on the street and be able to see, you know, from a street level view what an asset looks like, or, you know, what a certain area around a construction site looks like, but then also providing additional value with point clouds, feature extraction, and other functionality. So we collect streets for local government customers. This can range from, you know, public works and GIS, looking at different features for asset management, which we're going to talk about today. Could also be for property assessors. I know that there are some folks here that support property assessors at the county level. We'll take images of each property for their CAMA system, which is something that they need to be able to do. We process and produce all the point clouds, tie it to the imagery as well as to the GPS points that we have, so it's accurate to within 10 centimeters. That's both on the horizontal and vertical accuracy. And then we serve it up through a platform called VR World, which I'll be showing you a little bit today. And then we can also integrate our content into your GIS applications. And what this all means for our customers is that instead of just free imagery, which is nice, right? Google Street View imagery is really nice. It's free. You can access it anytime. But it could be out of date, right? Just depending on when the last time they drove was. And there's no point cloud, so really it's just an image. You can't really make measurements on it. There's not any sort of digitization of features that you can do with that imagery. It's just kind of a picture, right? So we try to make the imagery fresh as well as functional. This is just a quote from Google about our camera system. So we have global capture experience. These are some of the countries that we've recently done work in. We've done quite a bit of work here in the US, capturing about 40 of the major cities for some of the big tech companies that you'll no doubt recognize. Our company is actually based out of Scotland, so we do quite a bit of work in the UK. And then we just wrapped up a project where we collected over 300,000 miles. It's actually over 500,000 miles now. In India, and that was done in 9 months. So we have a ton of camera systems we can deploy super rapidly. So collecting 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 miles for a county, for example, is no issue for us. We can scale up to capture big things like that. We're doing a small town in Massachusetts right now as I speak that's, I think, 50 miles or something like that of driving. So really any size of project we're able to service. Here's some of the sample, an example of some of the data sets that we can provide. We can provide building elevation levels for flood modeling, asset inventories for signs, trees, you know, roads, really anything that you can see from a street level, we're able to extract. We can do pavement condition assessments, lane marking conditions, ADA compliance reviews, so measuring all the slopes on your ramps and your bus stops, and then doing like tree species, tree health, different classifications like that using the LiDAR. So really wide range of different applications here. Again, we serve all this up through a platform called VR World, and I'll show you what this looks like here. So you can see there's a map view with a little widget where you can see the street view. You can flip these as well so that the street view is big and the map view is small. You can search using latitude, longitude coordinates, addresses, and find locations that way, or you can navigate using all these little blue dots that you see on the screen. We can provide all the data in offline formats as well. I know there are a lot of folks that like to be able to host their data themselves, not have someone else host it. So we do have options to get the GeoTIFFs as well as the LAS files as well. Maybe that's not where it is. I'm going to show it inside of ArcGIS here pretty soon. But within VR World, we do have measurement capabilities as well, so you can open it up, and someone that's maybe not as GIS savvy with the city can log in, make measurements really easy, and not have to navigate inside of ArcGIS. So, okay. So quick case study here. This was for the city of San Rafael in California. We provided the data sets that you see listed out here. You can see it's a pretty wide variety of data features that we did for them. It was mostly public works driven, as you can probably guess. And then what some of these features look like. You can see trees here. We provided the XYZ coordinates, but also did a DBH measurement, which is diameter at breast height of the trunk, and a species classification as well as a condition score on the tree. And we did this for all their trees in their right of way. It's an example of the medians. Street signs. I picked this image because you can see it's a little bit hidden by a tree. This is something that would probably be pretty difficult to pick out using aerial imagery. Not hating on aerial imagery. I come from the aerial world, those that know me. It just shows the powerful capability of being able to see things that are even difficult to see using street level. And then we ran an ROI for them. They estimated, and these are their numbers, that it would have taken 950 days to do this with boots on the ground. We did it in 100 days for them, so it saved 89% time, and I believe it was a 70% cost savings as well. I'd have to look at the numbers. But essentially, saved them a ton of time. We gave them over 120,000 unique features for their GIS, and they were able to use those for their public works department. For their asset management program. Just looking really quick at ADA compliance, our measurement accuracy is to within 1 centimeter. The density, this slide is actually wrong, just like the date. But it says 2,500 points per square meter. That's per sensor. And like I mentioned, we do have 2 sensors, so it's actually double that on the point cloud density there. And this density and accuracy of the LiDAR allows for really highly accurate measurements of slopes on your ramps. We can also provide DTMs from this point cloud, and that's kind of how we get the slope measurements. So there's an example of a ramp. And this is something that we're seeing a lot of. I'd say this and trees and street signs and pavement condition are probably the most common requests that we get in this space, as well as like drainage assets, so manholes, water valves, catch basins, things of that nature. And then as far as the pricing model goes, we developed this camera system to be highly scalable, highly affordable, and then we pass that cost savings on to our customers. So the idea is that you can get more frequently refreshed content for your budget. So instead of getting a collection like this once every 5 years or never doing it at all, we're seeing a lot of customers do once a year, every other year. We have one customer that's doing every quarter, right? So the idea is that it's highly affordable so that you can get data refresh and constantly be monitoring your assets. And then we have fixed pricing, so if a county buys in, we want to make it super attractive for all the cities to be able to leverage this data too. So we're not trying to double dip and make everyone pay, for the mileage rate. We want everyone to benefit from the cost savings. And then right now we're doing a lot of pilot projects with folks. I know that this is probably not something your city or county has done before. So we're doing small pilots, really no minimum, and we're doing the collection, processing, and hosting free of charge up until October 31st, 2025. So you're really just paying for the data collection itself, and then all the access to VR World and things like that is included for free. So yeah, if there's an opportunity to do a pilot, don't worry about it being too small, because we'll come out and do it. So, all right, I am running out of time, so I'm going to take questions now. Oh, 5 minutes till I need to be done? Oh, okay. Oh, I was feeling rushed. I guess the last thing I'll say is when we do work for you, you do get a live view of how much we've captured in your county or city, so you can log in and see real time how much we've captured. We have all the training documentation and things like that, as well as unlimited training available to all the staff. And then we do have support during normal business hours as well in the US. So I guess I didn't have that much left. All right, thanks y'all. Any questions? Yeah.
Is your LiDAR sensitive enough to pick up like uneven sidewalks? Have you guys tried that?
Yes, it is. It'll be to within our accuracy specifications. So anything smaller than a centimeter, we're not going to pick up. So it's not like that granular, but you know, anything bigger than a centimeter or two, we'll be able to pick up. Yeah. Yeah.
So you talked about like getting the like attributes about trees or even ramps. With like that classification, identification, is that all done by hand after the data is collected? Is it done a little bit manually, a little bit automated?
Yeah, the latter. So we anonymize all the data automatically, so it blurs out faces, license plates, things like that. And then a lot of times, like locations of things can be automated, but when you're looking at tree health scores and things like that, that's a little bit more granular. A lot of that is more manual. So we have processes around that as well. Yeah, great question. Coming back to the sidewalk question, one thing I did want to clarify too is this is from a car, right? So if there are cars parked in front of the sidewalk or any other obstruction, those are things that need to be taken into consideration. We do have backpack units and ways of collecting by foot. It's obviously a very different conversation than driving, right? Because it takes a lot longer. But we do have capabilities to get around that. But for a standard, we drive this for you and collect it. Just know that that is a limitation. So, yeah. Uh-huh. Yep, we can detect manholes, hatches, valves. Those are really common requests. We do that pretty frequently. Yeah. Yeah.
So, going further on the fact that you might have cars in your collection,
Mm-hmm.
you collect at night or whenever there's no traffic, but is a decent amount of traffic?
Yeah, so obviously night kind of eliminates the need for imagery, but the LiDAR still works. So if the customer wanted that and they didn't care about the imagery, absolutely. The other thing that we've done is, and this is a little bit of a pain, requires a lot of coordination with the city, but following street sweepers, because they're good at clearing the roads from people parking, right? It requires some balancing acts on several departments, right? And you can imagine how fun that is. But yes, we can make things like that happen. Yeah. Any other questions? All right. Well, y'all have been great. Thank you.